I'm joined here on the line by undefeated boxer Junior Younan, who is fighting this Saturday, March 9, on a DAZN boxing card from the Turning Stone Resort in Verona, New York. Junior, how are you doing?
I'm feeling good. Just excited to get in there and do my job.
You're just days away from your next fight. It's going to be on DAZN in front of a big audience, not just in the U.S., but on several other platforms worldwide. How has training camp been going for you so far?
Camp has been amazing. I've been in camp since December 5th. I was in training camp with Marcus Brown when he got ready for the Badu fight. And then I got back and continued my own camp. So I'm in phenomenal shape, probably the best shape of my life. And I'm excited, man.
So I don't know if you're able to sort of reveal much about that sparring session with Marcus Brown. Obviously, he was very successful. He beat Badu Jack in spectacular fashion in January. But what was that like, sparring with Marcus Brown in preparation for that fight against Badu Jack?
Well, my dad trains Marcus, so I've been sparring Marcus for years. It's great work, you know. We always talk a lot of shit, and you know we, both very competitive. So it's it's a great atmosphere, and I'm glad I got to contribute as much as I could for him to win that fight.
You fought both as a super middleweight and in that light heavyweight. What weight class would you say do you prefer to compete in?
No, I'm a super middleweight. The last guy I fought, he didn't make weight, so it ended up being at light heavyweight. And then this fight, the two opponents that I was preparing for ended up pulling out, but they were both a light heavyweight and a cruiserweight. So we had a replacement, which is Derek Finley. So we just decided to keep the weight at the same.
This is not your first time competing on a big card or on an event being shown on such a wide platform. I remember your fight against Ronald Ellis on Showtime. Do you enjoy these types of environment more in your fights because you do have more people tuning in, and so you get an opportunity to showcase your stuff a lot more, or is that something that doesn't enter your mind at all?
At the end of the day, I'm a showman, so I like the bigger crowd, and just being in front of those on those big shows, it's just a different energy, so I do enjoy it. But at the end of the day, I gotta do what I gotta do, whether I'm fighting in Vegas or I'm fighting in somebody's backyard, so it doesn't really enter my mind at this point, but it is exciting.
Quick prediction for your next fight. Are you going to be looking for the knockout highlight reel as you've regularly done so in your past fights?
Maybe. I'm playing a guy with a lot of experience. He's been in there with the likes of Andre Ward and Andre Durrell and Slava Shabransky and Yusuke Tagi, Edwin Rodriguez, and the list goes on. So, I'm not going in there to look for the knockout. If it comes, it comes. Personally, I think it will come, but I'm not going in there for looking for it. I'm in great shape, and we're just going to keep hacking away until, we see what happens.
With this being your first fight of 2019, I wanted to ask, what are your goals as far as inside the ring is concerned? You kind of look at maybe 2019 as your breakout year. You've been on Showtime last year, and now you just only keep getting better and better, and you're getting tougher opponents as your career keeps progressing.
This year is supposed to be my breakout year. I want to fight 3 more times after this one, and then we'll see what's next after Saturday night. But one fight at a time. But I'm definitely planning to stay active this year and have a big 2020.
You've pretty much been a part of the sport of boxing your entire life, and your dad's been a big part of it, both your life as as a boxer as well. How did that love for the sport of boxing begin? I know it began very, very young for you. Am I correct?
Yes. My dad used to box, and he used to bring me to the gym, and the baby carriage, and I climbed out. I started throwing punches, and it was history from there. I don't remember learning how to box or, my first time in the gym. So it's been my life basically.
Which boxers, aside maybe from your dad, did you grow up watching as you sort of started boxing, or even before you started boxing, that kind of got you interested in the sport?
Man, I was so young. But my dad's training was Yoel Judah. So, I grew up in the gym around, Zab and, Paulie Malignaggi and a bunch of, back in the day, Lou DiBella had Broadway boxing, and, there was a bunch of talent, that I got to see as I was growing up, as like Andre Berto, Jermaine Taylor, just a bunch of guys that I got to see fight when I was younger. And, Gleason's Gym back in the day when I was, that age, was, a pit for, the best fighter.
Yeah, I mean, Gleason's Gym, it's very much historically renowned for being a tremendous boxing gym. You fought in New York for many of your career. You grew up in New York, and you became a pro right as you were turning 18 with a very impressive amateur career and with a lot of expectations. Do you feel that every time you fight, there's sort of more pressure for you to perform better each time out? You're an undefeated rising star coming out of New York, and New York boxers in your position typically are really good and come with a lot of expectations.
Yeah, I feel like I have to step up every fight because at this point it's all about growth and getting better every performance. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit of pressure, but it feels good. I know I'm getting better, so I'm gonna show that Saturday.
Do you enjoy fighting under that kind of pressure? I know some fighters I've spoken to say they like it. Some say they don't really pay much attention to it. I'm curious about what your thoughts are on that matter.
I like it. Anybody that says they don't pay attention to it is a liar, because it is in the back of your head the whole time. But it's either you thrive or you drown, and I like the pressure.
Lastly, as you're stepping up in competition and you're becoming a more well-known among the pro ranks, do you have anybody out there in your division that you would like to fight, whether it be soon or in the distant future? Do you have any names in mind?
I mean, when the time is right, I want all of them. When the time is right, I want all of them. There's no specific names at this point, but, after this year, I'll be knocking at that door.
A quick question, because sometimes I like to ask fighters, something unusual about themselves. Is there something, a little known fact about Junior Younan that maybe not a lot of people know, whether it be a hobby or a certain interest that maybe some people don't even know that you have?
A hobby? I don't know. I play a lot of video games, and I like to eat. When I'm done with boxing, I want to go to culinary school. That's, it's a little while from now. But I enjoy cooking. Maybe I could do something with that one day.
What's your favorite dish to cook?
Man, I can make anything, honestly. I don't really have a specific one. But make some good stuff.
And I know you just mentioned video games. Is there any particular that you like playing?
Yeah, man. I play a lot of Fortnite. With my guys Matt, my dude Chris, my man Boomer. You know, we got a little squad because of, you know, the dream team right there.
Oh man, I know a lot of people, a lot of boxers especially love playing Fortnite, and I know it's a really popular game. My brother plays that a lot too.
Yeah, you know, it passes the time in camp, so I'm definitely a little
all
definitely
right,
on that.
Yeah, thank you, Junior. Best of luck in your fight this Saturday, March 9 in New York on DAZN. Best of luck in your career moving forward, and looking forward to seeing you in the ring.
I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much.